Welcome back to Crypto Tutorial. On today's video, I would like to discuss Chainlink, how it's currently performing, what we could expect during the upcoming days, and what we are right now seeing on the chart. So let's take a quick look at Chainlink. What you can clearly see is that I already opened up the 4-hourly chart, and what we were seeing previously is that we were creating this falling wedge pattern. We saw multiple touch points on top of this descending support, and we did see as well multiple touch points underneath this descending resistance. And if we zoom in a little bit further, you can clearly see that this descending resistance has seen multiple touch points below it, and right now for the very first time we did actually see a breakout above it, and we could expect a trend reversal getting created. So I'm actually very bullish on Chainlink so far. What I think is quite important right now is to take a quick look at the 4-hourly time frame and enable the EMA ribbon. You can clearly see that we're still experiencing momentum towards the downside after that we retested the EMA ribbon once more. But I personally think it is still very healthy because we did see actually a breakout here above this descending resistance. And right now we are heading towards a retest. And if we do hold strong on top of this range, I personally think it is likely that we're going to see a further increase in price action afterwards and a major move towards the upside. So that is for sure something you do want to monitor very closely right now, especially because once we see a retest and we break out above the 0.618, hold strong and see further increase, this is for sure a confirmed trend reversal and something you do not want to miss out on. So this being said, I would like to take a look as well at the EMA ribbon on the 1-hourly time frame. What you can clearly see on the 1-hourly time frame is that we got supported by the EMA ribbon for just a small tad. We did see a minor support, but right now we are experiencing once more resistance underneath it. So this is very important because we could expect resistance for a small while, but I personally think that as we saw previously, we would like to see support being found on top of the $25.36, and that is actually exactly what I think will actually happen before we will see a further increase. And what I've actually as well very important is to hold strong on top of this descending resistance and not see a further breakdown below this descending resistance and experience as well a level of resistance once more underneath it. Well, I would like to take as well a look at the MACD on the 1-hourly and 4-hourly time frame. What you can clearly see on the 1-hourly time frame is that we are right now seeing a continuation of momentum towards the downside. We did see a minor decrease during 2 candles, but right now we are still seeing momentum towards the downside getting created. So this is actually quite great due to the fact that once we will see a crossover occur, we will experience momentum towards the upside, and eventually this is actually as well showing us that further decline in price action is likely, but still we have already seen a decline taking place, so therefore a further decline is possible. But what I think is quite important to know is that eventually once we see that crossover occur, we will experience momentum towards the upside, and that could perhaps bring us above the 0.618 level, $27.43. On the 4-hourly time frame, if we take a quick look at the indicators, what we can clearly see is that we are actually losing momentum strength. We did experience momentum strength yesterday. We got rejected at 0.618, and right now we are heading towards a crossover. So this is actually something what I think is a little bit more pessimistic. We are actually seeing this crossover almost taking place on the 4-hourly time frame, and if we do see eventually this crossover, we won't like to see such a major momentum towards the downside as we have seen before, because otherwise this breakout won't be well significant anymore, because we will see a further decline towards the downside. But right now, holding strong on top of the $25.36 range is actually very important to see a further increase afterwards towards the upside. So that is for sure very important to know right now. And let's enable as well right away the RSI. On the RSI, what you can clearly see is that we are not seeing any type of bullish divergences. Everything looks actually quite fine, but what is absolutely important is that we saw previously a minor bearish divergence taking place. Therefore we are right now experiencing this minor movement towards the downside. We clearly saw a lower high on the chart, but we did saw a slightly higher high on the RSI. Therefore we did see a decline in price action, and that is exactly what we have seen in the chart as well. We have seen this minor decline in price action heading towards a retest of our breakout, and what I would like to see is holding strong on top of this descending resistance and as well the $25.35 range, heading towards the upside and as well towards the target range of this breakout. And as you can clearly see, the target where we will be heading towards, let's say that we will see a decline all the way towards the $25.36. If we afterwards see an increase, it is likely that we're going to head all the way towards the $28.98 due to the fact that that is the start or the beginning of this beautiful falling wedge pattern, and therefore this is as well the measurement where we will be heading to after a breakout. So if we retest correctly, we will be heading towards that range. Perhaps we are going to get rejected by the 0.5 and afterwards find support on top of the 0.618, but still that does actually seem very good to me. Lastly, I would like to take a quick look at what we are seeing right now on the 1 hourly time frame, and what I think is quite important to know is that we are actually creating a higher low, and this is actually quite good if we would see a further continuation, due to the fact that if we still create a higher low every time, we will be entering a run up towards the upside. So that is exactly what we want to see. Lastly, I would like to enable the RSI once more on the 1 hourly time frame. You can clearly see over here that we are not experiencing any type of bullish or bearish divergence. We are clearly seeing a lower low as well on the RSI, and we are not seeing any type of bullish divergence. So therefore the RSI does actually look very good, and we are not seeing either any type of bearish divergence. So this is actually very, very good as well. What I would like to discuss is that we are nearby the dotted line on the lower part, and if we do see a further decline in strength, we will also see a further decline in price action. But what I think is quite fortunate is that we will eventually break out below the dotted line, and we will expect a reversal taking place, and that is exactly what will help us hold strong on top of the $25.36 range. So thank you very much for watching this video. If you did like this video, do not forget to give me a thumbs up. It will be actually highly appreciated, and as well guys, have a nice day. Bye bye.